a great decision. Boruto kept the Kashin Koji's secret so that his identity as the source of the information would not be revealed. Who knows? When Boruto leaked information about Kashin Koji, there was a high probability that Eida, who was spying on them, would be discovered by Mamushi. Believe it or not, if Mamushi had determined his target, namely Eida. In addition, Mamushi has an ability where he can talk and listen to what Eida is doing as if they were in the same place, and Boruto's decision was very correct. In addition, even though Boruto did not divulge the secret about Kawaki's lie that had hidden Naruto somewhere, Kawaki still decided to kill Boruto, but before he did that, he wanted to get all the information that Boruto had. Oh yeah, welcome to Boruto Manga Chapter 14, the official chapter that has been released. Although from the conversation a lot is the same as the leak, but there are some things that are different from yesterday's leak. But before that, can I get 100 likes, guys? Please? The chapter starts with Kashin Koji being the cover in Chapter 14. But I'm a little confused. If we look at this whole storyline, we don't see the role of Kashin Koji at all. Then what is the purpose of Masashi Kishimoto giving Koji as a cover in Chapter 14? Oh yeah, at the beginning we see Boruto sitting in a chair with both hands in handcuffs. But there is something that makes me curious when Konohamaru tells Boruto, who has regained consciousness, to relax and not worry, because his wound has been healed. I previously thought that Boruto's wounds had regenerated because he was 100% Otsutsuki, but when Konohamaru said this, I became suspicious of who healed him. But with the position that just woke up from fainting and the hands were already handcuffed, it can be concluded that Boruto received treatment not from the hospital. Oh yeah, those are jutsu sealing handcuffs made by Amado. And even if Boruto manages to create a jutsu seal, he won't be able to activate it. Amado's handcuffs were created using electronic control and designed to be resistant to impact. So if Boruto tries to break them, it will only hurt his arm. After Boruto was dying and passed out after getting attacked by Jura, Boruto didn't know what happened afterwards. But luckily, Sarada and the others were fine. But based on Konohamaru's information, the enemy had escaped, and for now, they found no sign of their chakra around the village. In another room, Sakura was healing Inojin's wounds, but she was very surprised to see Inojin's body, because after getting a fatal attack by Jura and making his body stabbed, Sakura was really surprised and amazed because the wound on Inojin's body was perfectly closed, and because of the Kurama chakra that made Inojin's body seem as if it had never been stabbed at all. But in essence, Sakura confirmed to Ino and the others that after the flow of chakra was disrupted, Inojin would regain consciousness after his chakra returned to normal. Although Sakura confirmed that Inojin would be fine, but Ino's face could not lie that she was really worried about seeing her son. Oh yeah, this fact we can't deny that in Konoha now, only Sakura has the greatest medical ability compared to others. Sakura is an important asset of Konoha, and maybe this is the right reason Masashi made the decision to make Sakura not fight with Sarada against Hidari. But there are others who dispute this, because some of them assume that Sakura and Sarada's relationship is not okay because Sarada is on Boruto's side. So what do you think, guys? And because Boruto's universe is so well developed, while Boruto is being interrogated by Konohamaru and Ibiki, the elders of Konoha who lived from Madara's time until now are seen interrogating Boruto from another room. And not only them, Amado is the same. The interrogation of Boruto started with some Shinju coming to Konoha to get some shinobi killed. And not only that, with Sarada and Himawari being targeted, it also became a question for Boruto, who already knew more than them. But I'm a little curious, why did Shikamaru only see from the outside without having to go inside? Is Shikamaru also as the 8th Hokage suspected on Boruto's side? This is an irregularity. Why do you think, guys? And since Boruto's interrogation has begun, Eida uses Senrigan's eyes to spy on them. Kawaki, who was with them at the time, Damon is seen mocking Kawaki and saying, "It ain't looking good, Kawaki." Because with Boruto being interrogated, it is likely that Boruto will tell them everything. But after all, facts cannot be ignored. If Boruto tells them everything and the positions of Kawaki and Boruto are switched, Damon is sure that they will not believe it. But the worry is, how will they react if they find out that Boruto killing Naruto was a lie that Kawaki made up? Before the time skip, Kawaki had planned all this to protect Naruto because it would be a big threat because of the momoshiki in Boruto's body. But even though what Kawaki did was wrong, but this all sounds too evil if he also has to slander Boruto and make news if Naruto was killed by Boruto. But Kawaki is sure that whatever Boruto says will not change any situation, and the fact that Naruto has disappeared, Boruto is the cause. Kawaki has decided to kill Boruto no matter what, because as an Otsutsuki, Boruto could go on a rampage at any time. But before Kawaki killed Boruto, Kawaki decided to dig up the information he had, because with the information Boruto had, it would be a help to say the monsters we call Shinju. Oh yeah, finally Mitsuki is back in this chapter, even though in this moment we only see Mitsuki just silent while staring somewhere. So, the first explanation that Boruto gives is about the divine tree people. The core of Boruto's explanation is about their identity as a reflection of the chakra of the person who was devoured by the 10 tails, which we know as Sumeaka, and became a tree. Not only was Sasuke devoured by Sumeaka, but Boruto also explains that Mogi-sensei suffered the same fate. She has also been devoured by the 10 tails and has turned into a tree, which we know as Matsuri. And Konohamaru became shocked when Boruto said that he was the target to be devoured by the Matsuri. And what Boruto said, Amado reconfirmed that the purpose of the 10 tails is to devour Otsutsuki in order to become a tree god. And after that, the roots of the tree will grow in the ground. And if that happens, then they will easily absorb planets and produce chakra fruits. In fact, they all do that based on their instincts. But Amado mentions another thing, that besides instinct, they cannot be considered just beasts. Not only instinct, curiosity, and experience because of the manifestation of the human body, the Shinju created have curiosity, or simply information, because by devouring their targets such as Sarada, Himawari, and Konohamaru, they will get the information they want. Boruto also explains that one of the big threats is Jura as the leader who unites them all. He's a special case. Unlike the others, he has no prototype. He is a direct incarnation of 10 tails. And in essence, to save the world from destruction, one way is to kill its leader named Jura. But what makes us annoyed is this Konohamaru is too stupid for that explanation. Even when Amado explained what Boruto said, he still doubted it. With all Boruto's explanations and reconfirmed by Amado, it is clear that Amado is a scientist. Konohamaru still doubts about it. Even Konohamaru asked where the information came from. But Boruto was silent for a moment until Konohamaru forced Boruto to answer, because with the information said by Boruto, it would be a decision for them to believe or not with all the information Boruto said. But in the end, Boruto said that all the information was sourced from a man. But for the identity of who that man was, Boruto could not tell. And because of that, they all became surprised by what Boruto said. Maybe some of you don't understand why Boruto kept the man's identity. That man is Kashin Koji. The reason Boruto kept his identity was to keep himself safe. We can't avoid the fact that with all the information that Kashin Koji knows, it would be a big threat if it all gets out that the source is Kashin Koji. Who knows if the information about Kashin Koji is leaked? It will make Shinju know about it. Maybe we assume it starts with Eida. Right now, Eida is spying on them, but believe it or not, Mamushi is one of the Shinju who has the ability to know whatever Eida sees. Who knew that if Boruto leaked this, then Kashin Koji would be in danger, and Boruto's decision was the right one, even though in the end, this stupid Konohamaru called that what Boruto explained earlier was the nonsense of a traitor who didn't deserve to be trusted. But Boruto, with intelligence that surpasses Konohamaru, states that this is the same as if they were aiming for his life. Because after all, with the information Boruto has, this is the reason why let Boruto stay alive. I like Boruto's character just like Sasuke. Type Konohamaru stupid if you are the same as me, guys. And because of Boruto's words, in conclusion, Homura, as the Konoha village elder, said that whatever the monster is after, Konoha will get rid of them all by any means necessary, including a rebel like you, Boruto. Even with that said or not, Boruto was still threatened by the Konoha elder that he wouldn't get a chance to get out of that room alive. But when Boruto gets another question from Koharu why he killed Naruto, Shikamaru, who is watching from outside the room, remembers the events in the past. More precisely, a flashback when Shikamaru was talking to Boruto, when Shikamaru began to realize that something was wrong between Kawaki and Boruto. In conclusion, since Boruto had no intention of killing Kawaki, Shikamaru asked Boruto to be the one to cause Naruto's disappearance, because that way, Kawaki wouldn't be suspicious if Shikamaru started to realize that something was wrong between Boruto and Kawaki. Because after all, he didn't want to let what Kawaki had done be revealed. But the problem is, Boruto will be treated as a fugitive or rebel until everything is revealed. But knowing that his condition will be like that, Boruto accepts it and does not matter because he intended it from the beginning, exactly according to Shikamaru's plan. But in essence, when Shikamaru, who was currently looking at Boruto from outside the interrogation room, felt that his memory was wrong, like the influence that lies on Kawaki. The simple thing is that when Shikamaru began to recall that Kawaki and Boruto were switched, Omnipotence tried to restore his original memory, and therefore Shikamaru's memory seemed to be out of sync. And in the end, Shikamaru had decided that he would not make Boruto die in such a place. And a confession is finally revealed. Boruto says that he didn't kill the 7th Hokage. Naruto and his wife are alive, and they are fine in a safe place. Their reactions were truly shocked, but Eida, who had been spying on them from the beginning, just listened, and Amado was the same. But when Koharu asked where Naruto was located, Boruto didn't say. And that means Boruto is keeping Kawaki's position and keeping Kawaki's lies a secret from all of them. But if you're confused about why Boruto is like that, go back to the flashback we just saw, where Boruto and Shikamaru agreed not to expose Kawaki's lies too quickly, even though Boruto was the one who was treated as a rebel. And because of that remark, we see the righteous Kawaki as relieved and so relaxed after his lie is not revealed by Boruto. But unfortunately, Boruto's confession is still ignored by the Konoha elders because stories without evidence, they consider that it is nonsense. But with Boruto's words that upset them because he said, "I just don't intend to reveal anything to you. I haven't told a single lie." The Konoha elders became angry and threatened Boruto, asking if he wanted to die in suffering. But because of Boruto's great determination to keep the secret, Ibiki finally did his job. But before that happened, Shikamaru tried to ask Ino for help. But unfortunately, in an emergency situation, when Shikamaru asked Ino to connect with Boruto, Ino refused. Because as we know, Ino had already helped Shikamaru to talk to Boruto personally without everyone knowing. And because, according to Ino, it is an illegal activity and violates the rules, Ino flatly refused Shikamaru's request. And the last interrogation was conducted by Ibiki. As a strict person since the Naruto era, Ibiki has always conducted interrogations ruthlessly. And when Boruto did not want to say where Naruto's location was, Ibiki, without thinking, immediately hit Boruto's head very hard on a table. Not only that, he also hit Boruto in the face until he bled. But with all the torture given by Ibiki, Boruto really showed his attitude. He did not change his intention to keep everything a secret. But when Ibiki continued to torture Boruto, Shikamaru from outside the room told him to stop torturing Boruto. Because according to Shikamaru, he is a person who will keep secrets and not a person who opens his mouth just because of pain. But as if to tell them to stop, Shikamaru told them to use poison on Boruto. And because of that, he called Mitsuki. Things really got messy because, as Konohamaru knew, Mitsuki wanted to kill Boruto because he was a threat to Kawaki. But that was only in Konohamaru's mind. In the other room, Eida, who saw Boruto being tortured, felt that he would not intend to divulge anything about Kawaki and Naruto. And in conclusion, Eida assumed the same, that Boruto did intend to protect Kawaki's position in Konoha. Even Damon, who heard that, felt that he did not understand Boruto's way of thinking. But what makes us annoyed is that Kawaki completely ignored Boruto and seemed to relax without feeling guilty. Even in this chapter, he did nothing to ease Boruto's burden. I really appreciate Masashi Kishimoto, who managed to make Boruto fans very upset with Kawaki. And a few minutes later, Mitsuki had come and immediately entered the room. But before entering, Shikamaru and Mitsuki had worked together to free Boruto. Because after all, after Mitsuki and Boruto's fight, Mitsuki had realized who the son really was. And when Mitsuki wanted to kill Boruto, he abandoned his intention. The question is, did Zeno not succeed in returning the memory of Kawaki and Boruto to Mitsuki so that he would cooperate with Shikamaru? And when Mitsuki entered the interrogation room, Konohamaru reminded Mitsuki not to kill him. But when Boruto provoked his emotions, Mitsuki did his theatrics perfectly. He used Sage Mode and attacked Boruto, even though he used a snake to open the handcuffs on Boruto's hands. Mitsuki really did so well that he managed to deceive Konohamaru and Ibiki. But before Mitsuki was pulled by Ibiki, he told Boruto in a whisper that his belongings were in the western security room. Boruto, whose hands were now free from the handcuffs, used the hand seal to teleport to the security room. But before that, Boruto said that he did not consider them enemies and would provide information according to their needs, not their wishes. Boruto, who had left, made Konohamaru surprised after learning that the handcuffs were off. In fact, they all assumed that the release of the handcuffs was due to a hard impact. Because after they learned that Boruto managed to escape, they had previously assumed that the handcuffs should withstand even strong impacts. And because of Ibiki's statement, Konohamaru suspected Mitsuki. But because he felt that the handcuffs had 4 code keys and not everyone knew, Konohamaru reasoned that it was unlikely that Mitsuki would release them. Konohamaru also thinks that Mitsuki has no reason to save Boruto. Come on, Konohamaru, how can a third Hokage's grandson look like such a fool? Even such a simple scenario, he can't think very well. How sad you are, Konohamaru. Without much ado, Boruto, who had teleported to the security room, immediately picked up his belongings and left again. And where do you think Boruto went? In the interrogation room, Konohamaru apologized for getting carried away. But Konohamaru understood it because, after all, it was the Hokage's order. And with Boruto's escape, the Konoha elders felt that the daimyos will be quite unhappy. Without a doubt, Shikamaru's position as Hokage would also become a problem with all these events. And in the Hokage room, when Sarada entered to meet Shikamaru and ask about the results of Boruto's interrogation, he got an emergency call from Kankuro. Gaara's been taken down, his adopted son, Shinki too. Shinki's got that tree affliction. Fortunately, they're both alive. I'll explain more later, but forgive my bluntness. Could you lend us a hand? If we conclude from what Kankuro said that they are both still alive, is what is said to be alive is a condition where they can still speak. However, when we look at the end of the chapter, we have seen the awakening of Shinki, who has transformed into a Shinju named Ryu. Then, what does Kankuro mean by saying that Gaara and Shinki are still alive? This is a mystery that we must unravel. But unfortunately, before it was revealed, chapter 14 had ended. So what, guys? Will we get a flashback where Matsuri defeats Gaara and Shinki in chapter 15? I hope you will give your opinion on this. So this is it for the full explanation of the Boruto manga chapter 14. If you want to read it, I have given the link in the description. Like and subs. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.